everyone, and I want to thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Pam Anson, and I'm sure many of you recognize me from my emails, but I am the Director of Brand Outreach here at Better Business Bureau serving Greater Cleveland. All years, because of the pandemic, we've really been trying to switch over to virtual events. So today, we've had a lot of feedback about wanting presentations about marketing. So today we've invited Ratna Ramakrishnan to join us today, and she is going to be talking about YouTube. So we're very excited to have you, Ratna. Thank you so much. And just a little bit about Ratna before we get started. Oops. 1 second, I'm so sorry. All right. Ratna is an educator, an entrepreneur, a mom of 2 boys, and a Grow with Google expert with more than 7 years of experience helping businesses scale and digitally dominate their niche. Ratna is the principal of Small Business Unboxed, a digital marketing agency on a mission to help small businesses unbox their true potential by using a custom, data-driven Go with Google digital blueprint. She is also the founder of Brainvine Lego and Money Camps, a multi-6-figure children's education business that provides spring and summer camps in Lego, robotics, and Money 101 in over 25 cities throughout the Bay Area. So thank you so much. I'm really excited for you to share your experience today with our businesses. If any businesses have any questions throughout the webinar, please include them in the Q&A section. If we don't get to all the questions today, we will make sure that we answer them after the webinar. So even if we don't get to them, please write them in the Q&A box. We will also be recording today's webinar so that we can share this great information after today. So thank you again so much for having us, and I pass the torch to you.
Thanks, Pamela. Hello, everybody. Welcome, and let's dig right in. Are you able to see my screen?
Yep, we are able to see your screen.
Awesome. All right, so we are going to talk about whether your business should have a YouTube account. Typically, we would be able to poll, do you have a YouTube account? If not, you're going to, at the end of this presentation, it's going to give you clarity as to whether your business will benefit from a YouTube account or not. I want to open up with a question. What could be the secondary profession of video marketers? If video marketers were trying to do something other than video marketing, what would it be? They would be cab drivers because they know how to drive in traffic. When we think about digital marketing, what is traffic? Traffic is basically our beloved customers, our leads that become our customers. And so that is the power of video, that it can drive traffic to your website. So let's look at the 2 kinds of traffic. There's organic and then there's paid. And the key thing about organic traffic, let's understand what organic means. So what I'm sharing with you here via this bar graph is a screen grab of data analytics for one of my customers. So what this graph is showing us is how this business is acquiring users that are coming to the website. And if you have a website, your website must be connected to Google Analytics, because Google Analytics is a free tool. And what this tool does for you is it gives you information about who is coming to your website. So this is free information. Literally, it gives you the power to be able to look into your customer's head. And so if we look at this example that I have here, the acquisition of users for this specific example is broken down into direct, organic, social, referral, other, and email. Now, what is direct? Direct is, let's pretend you're trying to shop for something on Amazon. How do you go and search for Amazon? you go to www.amazon.com, or if you're trying to shop for something from Home Depot, you go www.homedepot.com. So when somebody knows your brand name and they go to a browser window and they search for your specific brand name, that is tagged as direct search. And over time, if you're a small business, you have the potential to convert your customers into raving fans, that when they think about a certain service that they need, be it a home service or insurance or whatever services you provide, they are going to default to going and typing your name into a search window. Now, this takes time to build that direct traffic. And so this is where organic search comes into play. Organic search is basically when somebody is thinking about a service. As an example, you're feeling hungry and you go into a browser window and you say Mexican restaurant near me. That is an organic search. So the more times you show up organically in a search window when somebody is searching for you, the more likely is a human likely to come to your website and become your customer. And so if you have Google Analytics, the first thing that you want to do is go and look at how you're acquiring your customers and look at your organic search. And what we're going to be talking about today is a zero budget strategy. You do not need to spend money to be found on search. However, whatever resources you have, your website, your social media profiles, those need to be optimized so your organic search count goes up. So this is the focus of today, which is how can we get more and more people that are just randomly searching for the product or service that you provide, and how do we push them to your website, or how do we push them to showcase your phone number so they pick up the phone and they call you and your phone rings and they become your customer. So let's look at what happens when a person enters a search query. We are all familiar with this Google page, right? We've gone and searched for so many things over and over. So when somebody enters a search query, basically the Google algorithm crawls the information rapidly, and it uses what are called 200 signals. And an example of signal, the top 3 important signals are your name, the name of your business, your address or your service area, and your phone number. So the way Google's going to say, I know this service provider, I know this contractor, I know this insurance agent, is because your name on your website, on your Google My Business profile, on your Facebook profile, on your YouTube profile, everywhere is the same. Because think about it, this algorithm is a piece of software that's trying to map you and say, hey, I know this company, and keeps tagging you over and over again. And so you must have the same name, the same area of service, and the same phone number. The phone number is a very critical piece of signal that Google uses to showcase you. And so to keep it simple, if you want to understand how the Google algorithm works, think of it as a giant library, okay? And every website is a book in the library. In a conventional library, there is a librarian, and the books come in through the front door. The job of the librarian is to receive the book, review it, index it, and catalog it. And let's say it's time for you to go find something about world history, or you want to travel to Spain. There is a catalog where you go and you search for the book, and the book shows up and you grab it from the library. The Google algorithm is very similar to this process, except that there is no librarian, and the books, which are the websites in this case, are coming in through the back door instead of the front door. And these books are coming in so rapidly because think about it, anytime a business owner dreams up an idea, they build a website and then they try to catalog it in the World Wide Web, in the Google search algorithm. And so now when this website is built, think about it, this website is built. You've built your 5 pages of your website, the website's just hanging out there. Now the website needs to get into Google's library. Only when you are cataloged in the Google's algorithm, it's going to be easy for Google to showcase you, crawl you, and showcase you based on your name, address, phone number, people that live within a 50-mile radius. How far are you willing to travel to provide your service? All of this information you have to tell Google. And so the more your accounts are buttoned down, you dot your I's, cross your T's, the more easier it is going to be for the Google algorithm to drive organic traffic to your website or to your social media profiles. So Google takes all the information and catalogs it based on a variety of factors. Is somebody searching for a dog trainer, or to go to a bike store, or whatever it is, and then rapidly showcases that information, so it's relevant and useful results that are pulled, and literally it's in milliseconds. That's a millisecond. And so if you think about it, Google's search engine's primary role is to be the world's best search engine. And so what you want to think about is, how do you put that search engine to work for you? The Google does not care what kind of a business you are. As long as your information is relevant, pertinent, is understandable by the Google algorithm, it is going to showcase you and it is going to drive revenue for you. So today we're going to talk about how to create a home for your business on YouTube, how to create videos that help you achieve your business goals, how to organize your channel to attract viewers, and how to promote your business with video. And of course, I'll talk about a few resources. So YouTube is where people watch. Over 2 billion monthly logged in users. These users watch 1 billion hours of video per day. And you and I, we also default to YouTube for a variety of information. So if you do not have a YouTube account, you are really missing out on that organic traffic that can come to your website. And YouTube is owned by Google. And so it's actually going to help your Google search ranking if you have a YouTube account. YouTube is where people discover, you're just browsing, you click on something else, you find either a new service and, something that piques your interest. And so if you are not on YouTube, you're missing out on being discovered. It's where people engage, because people sit there and they watch videos. It's literally an opportunity for you to be speaking to your customers if you just create short videos routinely and start posting it on your YouTube profile. And so I just wanted to show you a pathway of what happens when somebody watches a YouTube video. They watch the video. If you choose to run ads, you run ads. And so this is an example of, again, one of my customers who's a auto dealer, and somebody searches for Sunnyvale Motors, they visit the website, the cookie is stored. So this is a digital tag that is stored. They come back, again, remark it on YouTube. Now they're like, okay, I'm ready to buy the car. They come to the dealer's website again, schedule a test drive, visit the dealership and purchase. So this is how you can go from one video to purchase, because there is so much pertinent information about this person watching the video that is saved. And so the next time they come back, it's going to benefit you and push them to schedule time with you, a service or a test drive or whatever your niche is, and that's how they're going to convert to your customer. So a little bit about me before we dive in. 7 years ago, I started a children's education business in the Bay Area. And just like everybody else, I said, I have this idea. I am going to put together a website and create my curriculum. And then, parents are going to sign up for these programs. But it's not as simple to just create a website and then put together a Facebook account and then wait for the magic to happen. And that's what took me down the path of completely understanding digital marketing. So even though there are so many digital marketers, I am not just another digital marketer, because every tip and tactic that I teach and I provide help to my customers is something that I have personally done. I have run $1 Facebook ads. I have done all kinds of SEO techniques to be sure how you can increase your organic traffic. And so the reality is, if you go look at your Google Analytics today and you only have 10 people coming to your website, it is absolutely possible for that number to be pushed to 100, to 1,000, to 10,000, because the more organic traffic you can have flowing to your website, the probability of that person becoming your customer goes up. And so that should be your goal if you're trying to put your online presence to work for you, so then you can scale and meet your revenue goals. So as I scaled this business, what I decided to do was I became a Grow with Google partner. Grow with Google is a program that was launched by Google several years ago, and it is an application. It's a process where you have to be vetted and you have to prove that you're worthy of the partnership. What it helps me do is it gives me a direct in into Google's small business team, which is headquartered in Mountain View, California. And I am able to help small businesses with their online presence. If your website's not showcasing properly, if your Google My Business account is not showcasing properly, you moved offices. Because when showcasing properly, what does that mean? These are signals that are being sent to the Google algorithm. And so the cleaner the information is that is sitting right there on the search page, the more beneficial it's going to be. So that was my rationale in becoming a Grow with Google partner. And I'm on a mission to help 10,000 small business owners unbox the true potential of your own business using data. And when I say data, I have business owners that say, hey, I'm not really a numbers person. I don't get data. Be curious, because data is simply information about your beloved customers, people that are interested in your service. How are you acquiring them? How are they behaving when they come to your website? What words can you change on your website to convert them to a customer from a lead? And so the more curious you are about your business's data, the more information you're going to have, and you're going to move from the feeling, where you say, I feel like I need to update my webpage. I feel like I need to have a YouTube account. You don't need to be feeling. You are going to have concrete information as to whether your strategies are working or not. And the beauty of digital marketing is that it has to be cyclical, right? So out of my exercise of scaling a business, I put together this system that I call the digital dominance drive. Every business owner has the potential to be the dominant service provider, product provider in your specific niche, provided you have a concerted digital marketing strategy. And digital marketing is not something where you tell yourself, I'm in the mood for, creating a YouTube account and posting on YouTube today, and then you forget about it. What you put in, you're going to reap, which is why this drive system that I have come up with is cyclical. You have to do it over and over again. You have to define what your sources of traffic are. Do you have your digital plumbing set up, which is, do you have your analytics installed on your website? Do you have your Facebook pixel installed? Because your Facebook pixel is free to install, but what it's going to help you with is it's going to tell you who your custom audiences are. So even if you never spend a penny on Facebook ads, there are things that you want to define and do for your business, because it is going to set you up for that free traffic, that organic traffic. And then once you have the free stuff set up, then you can go ahead and review what you've defined and see what is working from that, because the first two steps are going to help you attract that organic traffic. And then the more you identify what resources are working for you, it's not humanly possible for us all to be on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and cold call and email market, right? But you don't need to make that decision based on a feeling. There is data that sits there where if you try a few things for 90 days, you can stop and evaluate whether that is the niche, that is the suitable method of digital marketing for your niche. And then instead of just guessing, you're going to have a data-driven strategy where you can begin to automate the things that work for you. And once you automate the things that work for you, where you're verifying your conversion rates, you're thinking about referral traffic. If you're a home service provider, Google has a program where you can be Google guaranteed, because if you're Google guaranteed, then you're going to rank the highest on search. And so this is a service that Google has launched to help small business owners. Once you attract and then you automate, you are going to be on an acceleration path where you're going to have systems in place and things are just going to flow. So I like to share this strategy with you, because if you were thinking about any social media account, you want to commit to it, right? If you were thinking about a YouTube account, you want to commit to it, and you want to look at the data, you want to look at the videos that are performing, you want to do it over and over again, at least for a minimum of 90 days, preferably 6 months, because only then you're going to reap the benefits of digital marketing. It is not a shiny object syndrome where you just say, ooh, I like this, I'm going to do this today and see what it does for me. It's a concerted strategy with the vital few tactics that can help your specific niche. You dial that in, have a strategy, you are going to reach your revenue goals. So 3 things I know for sure from scaling a business is that anyone can generate clients online. However, you must customize for your specific needs, for your specific product. And business can be easy. You don't have to really be worrying about how is my phone going to ring? Where is the next customer coming from? Because we have all of these amazing tools of the World Wide Web, the Google algorithm, all the resources that exist that we can take and customize to meet your specific need, to meet your specific business goals and make business easy. So I'm going to dive into the define portion of it as we move along here. So creating a home for your business on YouTube is you're defining and telling yourself that I think YouTube is important. And yes, YouTube is important because you just cannot ignore the second largest search engine in the world. And video is huge. So every business owner must create a home for your business on YouTube. What does it mean to create a home for your business on YouTube? You're simply going to create a channel. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to sign in with your Google account preferably, and you're going to create a channel. If you don't see this option, you can navigate to youtube.com/channel switcher. You'll be able to switch your channel because there may be issues with you logging in from a different Google account. So, figure out which Gmail account you're going to use, write down the login and password, go create your account. Update your profile picture that best represents your business channel. You want to spend some time setting up that information because it's going to pay off. If you have a nice looking channel, it's going to be cataloged better in the Google algorithm. It is going to help drive better traffic or the right kind of customers to your website. Write a description, add a website. You have the opportunity to add your other social media links. So this is called backlinking. Why is it called the World Wide Web? Because it's a huge web. The more your business can be entrenched in the World Wide Web, the more it is going to showcase, the higher it is going to rank on search. So you see how this does not cost any money to do, to set up a YouTube account, to grab your URLs from your Facebook and Instagram profile, Twitter, wherever you've decided to be, to show yours, to be present and showcase your brand. Put all those links here and there, boom, you've created those digital tags where Google's going to recognize your business now. You want to create some channel art, just, a quick logo, a description of what you do. This is how you upload your videos or you go live and you can organize your videos. And here is a section where you can actually have a channel trailer. So you can have a quick 30-second video where when somebody comes, they quickly know what the channel is about. So again, you don't need to go find a videographer and spend money on it and tell yourself, oh no, this is going to like one more project. Grab your phone. You are the face of your business, right? You know the services you provide. Grab your phone, find a well-lit area, perhaps just go to your backyard. If you don't have a steady hand, just get a tripod, put your phone and just talk to your phone and say, hi, I am Ratna. I'm a digital marketer. I help businesses be found online. Just speak into your phone. Take that video and put it there, because having a completely set up profile is going to serve you better than not having anything here. So always progress over perfection, right? It'll be fantastic to have a really well done video. Hey, we can get to that. But for now, tell your story in 15 to 20 seconds. Go set up your channel, because what you're doing is you're throwing those little digital nuggets into the World Wide Web, which is going to help you get that traffic to your website. Create videos to achieve your business goals. So this is where you're going to have, once you start creating videos, it's going to help you get information, right, which you can review and then make an intelligent business decision based on what's happening to those videos. Again, you don't need a director and fancy equipment. Just go find a fun wall. If you have sometimes I just deploy my 2 boys to like take a video of me and just, shoot a video. Just be yourself, because there's so much video content that people are not really judging you. Is your hair pretty? Like, what are you wearing? Don't waste cycles on that. the more prolific you are, the more content you can put out there, the more it's going to help your business be found online. You just want to have, you never want to go online and just kind of be like, what? So just sit down and, figure out what are you going to talk about. If you're a HVAC contractor, this is what we do for a pre-season check. A pre-season check is $79 per unit. We are going to come in and these are the 3 things that we are going to do, and just speak your offer. What are you going to do? If you're ready to book, there's a link below, go for it, right? This is going to take you 15 to 20 seconds, but you don't want to come to the video without a plan. What story do you want to tell? Who is the star? You don't have to put your face in every video. You can showcase the work that you do. You can showcase a team member. You can talk about a portion of your website. And how are you going to capture the sights and sounds, right? Because as much as videos can be homegrown, homemade, and it's completely possible today with our phones and the easy devices that we have, you still want to have clarity as to you want it to be quiet. You don't want to have a lot of background noise, because if you have that lead that comes to your YouTube account, you don't want to lose them over, because you only get 2 to 3 seconds of their brain bandwidth for them to want to continue to watch your video. And so it's important that you find a quiet area. If you need a microphone, invest in a microphone, and then how are you going to edit it? And so once you have the strategy in place, it's going to be really simple for you to create video concepts, because you can come up with 100 ideas to make YouTube videos for your business, and just shoot them. They can just be 15 seconds long, shot on your iPhone or Android phone. Have a system of then how are you going to upload it, who is going to upload it, what is the title, and every video must have a call to action, because you can't just go there and talk and not tell them what to do. At the end of the video, you need to say, schedule a test drive, schedule an appointment, call us if you have more questions. So you need to have that kind of a closure as to what you're telling the person to do at the end of the video. So share a clear and concise message, make a strong impression in the first 5 to 15 seconds, deliver a compelling call to action or timely offer, and steer the conversation to your business where people are compelled or they feel that they need to click on a link and take an action after watching your video. And tips for shooting your video: you want your space to be free of clutter, show your logo, have good lighting, natural lighting. You want to have good sound so you can use a mic, and just be yourself. Just speak confidently, because if somebody is looking for your service, they landed on your YouTube page, they're going to watch your video. So you don't need elaborate, even 60-second videos. 15 seconds to 30-second videos can get the message across, provided you have a plan, right? You have a plan of what you're going to talk about. So where videos land is in marketing. It's called pull marketing. Pull marketing is when you get your message in front of potential customers actively looking for your services. So think about somebody that's searching for something, goes and finds videos, and comes to your YouTube account, makes a decision to come to your website. You see the path that this customer is taking. That is pull marketing, where you have not spent a penny. You just have a strategy where they are finding you on YouTube, they are moving through the process, and they are being pulled into your universe. Your paths are crossing. What is the opposite of pull marketing? Push marketing. What does push marketing do? It costs dollars. Facebook ads, Google ads, right? When somebody is not actively searching for your product or service, you are just showing up there. You are an interruption, which is great. You have to spend money to make money. So ultimately you get to a point you really want to accelerate and grow your business. Cool. Let's talk ads. But before that, do you have all the resources in place to get that organic traffic to your website? Are you pulling the people into your website? And YouTube is a great pull because it's tied to the Google search algorithm. It is going to increase the number of people that are coming to your website. So what does pull do? It amplifies. What are some of the pull tactics that you can use? Traffic. YouTube is definitely a very simple SEO tactic. You can have a lead capture form on your page. You can think about online reviews. Do you have a funnel where when somebody comes and they gives you their information, but they don't book an appointment, Do you have a way to be in their universe, to email them or a way to text them? Because all of this can be automated. And the more things you automate, it's not going to, take a lot of your resources, but the basics of how the customer comes into your universe, they're pulled into your website. What happens then? If you map out those next sequences instead of saying, I'm going to answer the phone, I'm going to answer the phone, there's only so much you're going to scale your business. So you want to have quick funnels through which you're able to move people through. If your business does not have a Google My Business profile, again, it's free. You must claim it. And if you're a home services local business, this Google My Business will really make your phone ring. And so I teach entire workshops on Google My Business. If you don't have a Google My Business profile, you should set it up. Before pre-COVID, we would go to networking and trade shows, but think about the people that were coming to the trade shows. They were already pulled into the trade show for a specific kind of presentation or a specific theme, right? These networking trade shows. And then social media marketing. Again, with social media marketing, you can't just have a feeling of posting there. You need to have a strategy of what are you doing, what is working. Stop and look at all your social media posts every 30 days. And think about all of this. All of this is free to do. If you do it right, you optimize it, it's just going to work on a cycle. It's going to keep pulling people. And then when you set up your Google My Business profile, it's going to tell you, hey, 10 people called you. Then you're going to have 15 people call you. And the number is going to increase more and more. So when you're trying to pull people into your YouTube world, you want to organize your channel to attract viewers. So you want to have an introductory video trailer. You want to create playlists, right? Because if you're a HVAC contractor and you're talking about heating and cooling, you can have one playlist for heating, one playlist for cooling. So immediately you have already categorized the information. So it makes it easier for the Google algorithm to rapidly pull that information and showcase it to somebody that comes to your YouTube page. Engaging and relevant channel art, right? Just pictures of your business, pictures of your team members. Maybe you have a logo and a simple, helpful description. And again, description, you don't have to be this writer. How do you speak? How do you describe to a friend or a family member what your business does? That's it. Those are the words. Just describe it, because that kind of conversational text is what the Google algorithm likes. So you really don't have to be thinking about fancy content. Just write like the way you speak. And that's it. You're going to be able to communicate what you do. Once you create your videos, you have your plan, you know what you're going to talk about. You're going to come to your YouTube channel. You're going to click create. And over here, you're going to be able to upload your video. When you upload your video, you again want to have good habits. You want to title your video. You want to have a description. You want to choose a thumbnail. You want to have your playlist prepared so you can, is it heating? Is it cooling? If you're an insurance agent, what kinds of insurances do you sell? So different kinds of playlists that you want to have, and you want to choose an audience. So no, it's not made for kids, because the Google algorithm will restrict who it shows to. So, you're a business owner, so you're not trying to sell to kids. So you're not made for kids. Define the audience. Visibility, right? You can either keep it unlisted, private, or public. So if there are videos that you want people to find, want it to help you get organic traffic, you want to make it public. If you want to create a video that you want to send only to your customers, you can make it unlisted. If you want to create videos where it's a process for your company, where you're going to use it to train your team members, you can make it private. So you literally have this free video library where you can save all your videos, and you can manipulate it to public, unlisted, or private based on what the purpose of the video is. And the other cool thing is Google loves fresh content. So if you tell yourself, I'm going to go ahead and shoot 3 videos, you don't have to sit there and upload 3 of them on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can just upload it on Monday, but you can schedule it to be launched on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. When you schedule it out, it's going to benefit you, because you are going to be feeding the Google algorithm fresh content on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, versus just a bunch of fresh content on Monday. So the scheduling feature automatically exists within the YouTube portal. You don't even need an extra tool. So just, create your videos, have a plan, go schedule it. As soon as you schedule it, as soon as you publish it, you're going to be able to get a link. You want to have a plan where you take that link. Remember, we are trying to go into the web, the World Wide Web. You want to talk about it on Facebook. If you have a Twitter account, you want to push it there. If you have a newsletter that you send to your customers, you want to grab the link and you want to share it with them. And your homepage on your website must have a video. Websites that have videos are more favored on search over websites that do not have videos. Again, you don't need a very long video. It can just be 15 to 20 seconds, but it rapidly tells the story of what you do. So you take your YouTube channel, and this is where you take your content and you push it on your website, you push it on your social media, you write a simple email to your customers and you say, hey, winter's coming up. Do you need some maintenance? How can I help you? Write a blog about the process that you do. This is the power of video. You can take it and you can push it. And remember now, this YouTube channel is tied to the Google algorithm. The more of this that you do, the higher you're going to rank on search. And so this is organic SEO, where you're not spending money, but you're spending time on putting to work the YouTube videos that you're creating for yourself, for your business. And the very cool thing, which I am a huge fan of, is the analytics. You can go ahead and take a look at the analytics and you can see what sorts of videos, are getting views, when are people seeing it, when did they subscribe. And even if you don't have a lot of subscribers, you don't need to feel disheartened, because it's going to tell you that you had a lot of views. So if you have a lot of views, then people are eyeballing your content, which means that's how your organic traffic is going to grow. And subscription only happens on YouTube if in every video you say, click like, subscribe, follow me, right? And sometimes that feels unnatural when we are trying to make videos that, you just want to get the message across and be done. So you want to care more about the views. And so the more your views can go up, your channel's being found better. You'll be able to dig in and see which of your videos are doing well. So you can say, okay, if out of the 5 videos that I put out, these 2 have gotten more views, you can stop and analyze and say, what did I say? What did I speak? That seems to be a hot point today when people are searching, it's showcasing, and then make more videos of the same topic. As a business owner, what you do is not going to change, right? You have the same candy to serve. How are you going to serve it differently? You're going to change up the wrapper. So if you find 2 topics that are shining on analytics for YouTube, you're going to say, what are those 2 topics? How can I talk about it differently? Because as a business owner, you have the potential to speak about your service in different ways where you're still getting the same message across. And so that is the power of data, right? Where you're not just making 30 videos and hoping for magic to happen. You're creating 5 videos, stopping and analyzing what's working, making an intelligent decision about what is working, and then making more of that, doing more of what is already serving you. Now you can promote your business with video if you choose to, right? So you can look at advertising on YouTube. So if you are, preliminary in terms of you're just setting up a YouTube account, you don't have to dabble in ads, but YouTube ads are really powerful, because I'm sure we've all been interrupted by those ads where we're just trying to hey, solve something for your child. You're trying to get some step-by-step instruction and you're like, okay, these ads are popping up. But those ads can be powerful because the ads are not random. The ads are based on other searches that you have done. If you have been thinking about a broken pipe, or how to resod your garden, or things that are on your mind, then it's going to be pertinent, relevant ads that are showing up. So any money that you put into YouTube ads will automatically convert to traffic. This is paid traffic, right? The final piece of marketing where you're paying for traffic to come to your website. So YouTube ads can be powerful, but you need to have a well-created YouTube account, the profile optimized, have an understanding of what's working, and then the last step would be to go ahead and spend money on YouTube ads. So some of the formats for all attention spans, I like to call it a bite, a snack, or a meal, right? This is it. You don't need to be sitting there and making 2-minute videos, writing a script, bite size, 6 seconds. Because everybody is on technology, everybody has a phone, and everybody is looking at their devices all the time, our brain bandwidth is decreasing. So if you really want to have your YouTube videos shine and, you know, be able to transfer information to your potential customers rapidly, you want to think about creating those bite-sized videos. Let's say you have a special offer, right? The holiday season's coming up, you have a special offer, then you can talk a little bit longer. You can make a little bit longer of a video where you're giving your customers a snack size. And if you're trying to create a video to put on your website, or you're trying to create a video where you really want to get to the meat and bones of what you do, then you want to create a 30-second video. So this is it. This is how simple it is. You really don't have to overcomplicate what it's going to take for your business to have a YouTube channel. Make those bite-sized videos, 10 of those. Make 10 of those snack-sized videos, 2 of those meal-sized videos. Put it up. Look at your analytics. See what's happening. Go look at your website traffic. Is the traffic flowing? Tweak it. Make a few more. That's how that's a strategy, right? Where you've committed to YouTube. Do it for 90 days. See what happens. You're going to have relevant information about what's working. Let's say it's doing really well. Go spend on ads. If it's not doing well, tweak your strategy. If you're not getting any traffic from YouTube to your website, perhaps you shouldn't be spending a lot of time on YouTube. I would still recommend that you continue to have a YouTube channel, maybe post once a week. Your Google Analytics will tell you where your traffic's coming from. Perhaps it's Google My Business. For one of my customers where they were just spending money on Facebook ads, when we went and looked at analytics, all their traffic was coming from Yelp. So we took the Facebook ad spend and we put it on Yelp ads. Boom, phone started ringing. So you're able to make those intelligent decisions, you know, informed decisions. If you're curious about the data, which is information about your customers, your beloved customers, where are they coming from? Ultimately, when they come, right, you've created awareness on YouTube. They're interested when they come to your website. Now they're deciding to choose you and they're going to book an appointment. And this is what is a pull funnel. Are you ready for this? Because if you just go ahead and do bits and pieces of digital marketing, it's not going to serve you. The whole thing has to connect where it culminates in the sale. The most common mistake that business owners do is they build a website, create a Facebook account, start running a few Facebook ads, right? That is not going to serve you. What happens when when the Google algorithm is bringing that organic traffic, that potential lead to your website? How are you going to make them choose you? Once they choose you and book the appointment, what happens? Are they getting reminders? Do they have a quick way to change their appointment? You want to have that entire process, which is what is called a funnel, which are really easy. So you can have a welcome funnel, you can have an appointment funnel, you can have a nurture funnel, right? These are really simple to build. And this is where the automation kicks in. And you don't have to be $500,000 in revenue to get to that automation. The sooner you have a pull funnel, the sooner you have a system to automate. And when somebody makes a decision to choose you, then you have an entire series of making their experience seamless. And if they don't, if they come to you, but they don't choose you, they've all come into your universe. Do you have a strategy of knowing who they are and going back and reminding them? Because there was something about what they were searching for that put them on your website. And you can gather that information about whether they came to your website or not. Now, do you have a strategy to say, hey, you did not choose me, so how can you be in their universe? The best way to be in somebody's universe when they didn't choose you is through email marketing. You have to keep talking about the cool things that you do, how different you are, how your services are amazing. And then when they book an appointment, you need to have a follow through. And then the appointment should always culminate in the review. The review, which is social proof. How do we function when we shop for stuff today online? We go ahead and our eyes immediately glance over at is it a 4.5 star? Is it a 5 star, right? So you have to be ready to get that social proof. Where do you want to get that social proof? Those reviews, you want to get it on Google, on the Google search page. How do you do that? If you have a Google My Business profile, you can go ahead and start collecting those reviews. So your YouTube channel is going to give you a lot of information about who's watching stuff, but the funnel that you have on the process that you define for yourself is going to help you take those people that are coming from all your YouTube efforts and take them home, convert them into that tangible dollar that's going to add to your bottom line. So here is an example of one of our customers, right? So this is a form that everybody has. you can automate this entire process of what happens to this information that's completed. So if you do not have this form, you don't have a call to action. It's like inviting somebody home and just hanging out and saying, I don't know what we're doing. When you invite somebody over, you know you've invited them for lunch or tea or dinner, right? You have a plan. Similarly, Google will bring people home to your homepage. Now what? Do you have the system in place where they are going to book the appointment? When they book the appointment, it gets added to the owner's calendar. They get a reminder. If they cancel and they don't reschedule, you want to be back in their inbox in another 15 days, right? Those are the sequences that you need to have set up, because that is what is going to ultimately convert your social media efforts, your YouTube efforts, to make it into a tangible dollar. So what's next? If you think about it now, what are you committing to today? It's something that I always like to ask business owners when I teach workshops. What is it that you are committing to today? The number one thing that I would urge every business owner to do is to be curious. Be curious about your data. Who are your leads? Where are they coming from? How do you figure this out? By simply having analytics installed on your website. Just have analytics installed for 30 days. Go look at it. It's going to tell you, you're going to find channels where you don't even have presence. One of our customers, she has a daycare center. She had a Facebook account, Yelp account, everything, but all the traffic was coming from Pinterest, because a lot of the moms tend to hang out on Pinterest. So we set up a Pinterest strategy. Again, that started driving more leads. So that is what being curious about your source of traffic, about who your people are, is going to do for you. If you're going to set up a YouTube channel, before you set up the YouTube channel, you really want to have a plan, right? You want to have the images figured out. You want to have the profile set up properly. Just map out like 10 things. We can all talk 10 things about our own businesses. Map out the 10 videos, the preliminary videos that you want to make. Then go launch the channel, have those videos ready and launch it. So somebody had emailed saying, what are some of the tools that we need? I actually have an entire list of tools that I recommend, like a tripod, a light, the different things that you need. So I'd be happy to share that. So I'll be emailing that to you after the session is done. So those are some of the things, right? So it's not only the strategy of what are you going to be talking about. You don't want to have those shaky videos. So you want to figure out what your tools are. And today you cannot ignore video marketing, right? People have no bandwidth to be reading essays. And how do we function? We want to quickly get the news. We want to quickly watch a video and keep going, right? So your business is losing out if you don't have a YouTube account. Can't just have a YouTube account. You want to have a proper strategy as to how you're going to put that YouTube account to work for you. And so these are the things that I help customers with, and bring the cycle to the dollar, right? Where you have to finish that traffic that comes to your website and convert them. You don't need ads. If people are being pulled into your universe, do you have a strategy to close that, where they come and talk to you or email you? So then you have an opportunity to have a conversation with them, because you need that preliminary conversation to be able to take them and convert them to your customer. So imagine, I wanted to show you an example of a quick video to just show you how short this is.
The next basketball highlight video could cost you up to $1.31 in data. Switch to Xfinity Mobile and save.
So you see, that was 6 seconds long. I just wanted to show you that example, that it's possible to get, it's for Xfinity Mobile, like it's an ad where quickly in 6 seconds, you're able to get the point across. And again, don't get bogged down by, how cool the video is. But the purpose of me sharing that was to show you how much you can share in 6 seconds. And if you are planning to stand in front of a camera and talk, what is going to take a lot of your time is the ums and the ahs. So plan what you're going to say, show up, speak, record it, start posting it. The more prolific you are, the more content you put out there, the easier it's going to be. And what's going to happen is it's going to be easy. Let's say you get to a point where you're ready to run ads. You can go find the videos that already have a lot of traffic and go push those out as ads, because they're already entrenched in the Google algorithm, and therefore they're going to be able to serve you better. So I do have examples. So one second, I teach, complete workshops on the entire, how do you set up your YouTube account. And so I don't want to go into the details of a lot of the videos and not have time to answer questions, but you get the idea of what the video samples are. So you want to ask yourself, what next? Are you seeing my screen?
No, we just see your video. We just see you.
Interesting. One second. Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
So basically, you want to ask yourself, where are you as a business owner? Are you ready to attract? Are you ready to automate? Are you ready to accelerate? Every business owner should be in an attract mode, because attraction of organic traffic is free to do, provided you have a few basic things set up. You don't even need a fancy website. Within Google My Business, you can create a free website, right? And that puts your business right on search. And so you need to first have the strategy of how are you going to attract people. Once you have a relevant amount of traffic coming, what are you going to automate? And once you automate is when you accelerate and you go from the $100,000 to $500,000 to the $1 million in revenue. And so if you're at a point where you're committed to growing your business, you want a clear marketing strategy, one of the things that I do for workshop attendees is invite you to set up a one-on-one call with me. All that you have to do is just go to growthplancall.com. And what I do is, if we're all business owners busy with so many projects and different things going on. If you schedule within the next 15 minutes, I just want to incentivize you. I will run what I call a snapshot report of your online presence. No matter what you've been doing, we'll be able to run a snapshot report and see how your business is being perceived by the Google algorithm. Just that report is going to give you clarity as to things that are working for you, the things that you could potentially do for you. And so if you're interested in hanging out with me, I would love to meet you in, one-on-one via Zoom. Simply go to growthplancall.com and, choose a time slot that works for you. And it would be my honor to look at your business, how your business is perceived online in detail, and share the report with you. So again, growthplancall.com. I do have a Facebook group where I share information with the members. It's a closed Facebook group. It's called Grow with Google Tips for Small Businesses. If you're not on Facebook, you can always find me on Instagram at smallbizunbox, where you can follow me. Again, I teach a lot over there as well. And again, if you wanted to just set up a call with me, you can go to growthplancall.com, or you can simply email me. Awesome. That's all I have.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I want to thank our accredited businesses as always. And please, 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 if you want to hear more about this topic, another topic, if there is any programs or services that you want to see happen, I want to hear your ideas. So please feel free to reach out to me at any time. And we have a thank you and great job from some of our members too. So thank you so much for joining us today. This is great information and we all really appreciate it.
Thank you, Pamela. So look out for an email from me. I'll be sharing with you a list of if you just want to set up like a home studio, I have a list of things that I have tried and tested with different clients. And so I just made a list to help business owners. So it'll be coming your way. So look for it. If you have accounts that you want me to look at, I do audits of like different accounts. So if you join the Facebook group, you can come in there, you can ask your questions, and we do a variety of things. And the cool thing is you'll get to hang out with other business owners, because that is knowledge right there, right? We learn from each other. So, and I hope to see some of you one-on-one on the Growth Plan call. All right. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe and healthy. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.